So she just said, "Can I wear my glasses?" And we both said, "No." She's got pretty eyes.
Yeah.
It's lovely to see you guys. Can I just say I miss you both? I don't like not seeing you on the road. I'm sure you love sitting on this couch here, but do you miss us, Patty? Do you miss being out on the road? A little bit?
I miss watching Sheldon like every lap.
Yep.
But no, I don't. I mean, I don't miss going to the races and traveling, and I love watching it on TV.
Well, you were never able to just sit there in the stands and watch either, right? You're always involved with the T-shirt stuff, and
Right.
you never had time to do nothing.
Right.
So what are you like as a spectator? Can you
I
do
don't
that?
like not doing nothing.
I had a feeling you would say that.
So,
Yeah, it makes it a little harder
Yeah,
when you're not racing or hands-on, you know, so,
yeah.
you know, still enjoy watching it. Don't miss the traveling much, but definitely like the races and miss the racing part of it.
The merch stuff, I was talking to, I knew that was going to happen. I knew we'd get a call at some point. I was talking to Kenny last night. He said, Patty, that you're one of the people that really changed the game in the merch world. You really developed a lot broader range than just T-shirts and things. You must have had a passion for that. It was a big part of Jac's racing, wasn't it?
yes. Yes.
Where did you get your inspiration for a lot of that stuff? I see it in Zan a lot too. Like, she obviously has that entrepreneur thing. But what's it like for you back then? A lot of planning.
Yeah. Well, I worked at the phone company for 15 years, so I was very good at what I did. So whatever I do, I feel like I do it fully.
Yep.
So I'm really good at decorating. So I kind of looked at the T-shirts, putting together colors and ideas.
Jack said something about that you had to finish at least second or better to beat Patty every night because the T-shirts would always beat what you made on the racetrack.
She usually beat me most of the time.
Now, we should clarify that. You didn't physically beat him, although probably sometimes you wanted to.
Yeah.
So how do you spend your days now, both of you? Because
Oh, I just work in the garage and got the grandbabies now, and he's 5. The oldest one's 5, so I spend a lot of babysitting time and watching him ride his motorcycle.
yeah, that passion for motorcycles comes from way back, doesn't it?
I think so. So Sheldon always liked the motorcycle, so maybe
I
I'll
think
get
the
back.
grandkids are in the pool more than on the
Yeah,
motorcycle.
Yeah, I see a lot of pictures in the pool.
Yeah, I have a hard time getting him concentrating on racing because he's always in the swimming pool.
That's a smart kid. Smart kid, really.
Yeah.
How long has it been since you've both been on the road?
Oh, it's been 3 or 4 years now since since I quit racing. So probably closer to 4 years now. But so I go when Sheldon's close, but that's not very often. So
4 years, yeah.
we go when we can.
Okay. We were trying to work out how many car owners. Have you ever actually done the maths on that, Patty?
I would say in 60 to 70.
Wow. I wonder how many one-night deals there were, Jack.
There was quite
Were
a
you
bit.
dr-
Well, which one are you talking about?
How many times you drove and they went, well, thanks very much for that. We're going to go and fix this thing and we might give you a call.
That's right. I drove a lot of cars, one night or 2 nights,
Yeah.
and that was it. But I had a lot of good car owners out there and put me in a race car, when I needed a ride. So, I was always fortunate there for having a lot of good car owners.
When you came down to Australia and you stayed at Parramatta and ran those shows down there, and Sheldon was just kind of like a baby, really. He was trying to get a ride over in Perth and he was just kicking rocks and sweeping. To think where we're at now, that's got to be coming up on close to 7 or 8 years, I would think, since you were down in Australia running, down there, if not a little bit longer. And now here he is in the NOS car and one of the absolute mega stars of the sport, not just in performance, but as an image. Like, he's like a rock star these days. Did you ever see that coming?
We were hoping so, but bigger than I could have expected. But fortunate that he got a top-notch ride and was Stenhouse, Marshall, and NOS, and just glad where he's at now. It worked out good. And, we started racing at 3 and 4 years old, so that's all he ever did. That's all we ever raced him. I raced full time and raced him full time growing up, so
Yeah.
we did a lot of racing.
And you did get to race against each other a few times, like back in the day. He ran the Farms car that you ran as well for a little period there where you crossed over.
Yeah, we never really got to get with it real hard. We had a couple pretty close races. We started on the front row a couple times together, but
Kings Royal.
we were never fast the same night, you know, where we could really have a good race. So that kind of bummed me out, you know. And I don't think I got in the podium with him. I came close, I think, a couple nights, but so that's something I wanted to do. So I might have to go back out and try it again.
I was really hoping you would say that. I was really hoping you would say that.
Well, he kind of got gypped a little bit because the COVID, I thought, you know, took a lot of that year, and then the whole last retirement year, which I wasn't planning on, but it just happened with Rico putting that together.
Yeah.
And then we didn't really get to race that much that year either. He didn't really get to. So it's kind of a bummer that way. But he went out in style, though, with what you did at Knoxville and then what the Outlaws did at Charlotte. I thought gave me chills. I get chills just thinking about it. But
he didn't like me too much for it. He called me a few names in the swine barn later on that night, but I just didn't want to see him not walk out of Knoxville without without getting that.
It was kind of perfect too with what happened. He started on the front row on the preliminary night.
Yep.
And unfortunately didn't make the top 4. He ran 5th, I think.
5th in the B.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So.
Yeah, to make it for the final night, he would have been locked in for the A, and he missed it by 1 car. And I thought, oh my God,
well,
that was such a bummer.
Yeah. Bernie let me hot lap his car here a couple weeks ago. Felt pretty good.
Did
so
it?
Like, maybe I could give her another go. But,
So could you just occasionally?
I probably could, but it's hard to be on your game, you know. Well,
I mean, if you did it, what would you want to do it for? Because would you do it just because you love it, or would you have to?
Me, I would just, you know, I always wanted to win 100 outlaw races, and I fell a little short of that. So, a lot of my other buddies got 100 wins. I think Joey and I don't know who else it is, Pittman, I think, and them guys. So, you know, I wouldn't have mind getting to the 100 win.
Well, you'd have to race a while to get there because you're only
not really. No,
you're 77.
Yeah.
It's hard to compare eras, and it's never fair to do that. But with Steve's winning record, and you compare that to say Donnie being the most in the modern era since then, nobody's ever going to win that number again, though.
600.
No, that's unbelievable. You know, all the races Steve won, and Donnie and them guys. It's just that's amazing. You know, guys have a hard time, including me. Trying to get to whatever mark. So, that's what a driver does. They just try and better what they did before.
You must have been such a little bug on the windscreen to Steve and Sammy, because here come this kid with a jumbo set of balls that just want to run that thing in there wide open. What were they like with you? Because they were the godfathers of it, right? And Wolfgang.
Yeah. Like I told Sheldon, I raced against pretty much 3 Donnie Schatzes because they were the 3 best ever.
Yeah.
It was hard to get your main event wins when you're racing against 3 best of all time. So we grabbed a few from them, and and then Schatz came along, and then you get Pittman and Joey, and
you had
all
Wolfgang
them guys.
too in your
early
early
he was
years.
Considered the top 3.
Yeah, and you had Dave. Like Dave was.
The Blaneys.
I think we lost the point championship, but
Dave beat me by I think 30 or 40 points
for the Outlaw Championship.
So and I raced against the Blaneys a lot, and they were as good as they came. So it was hard to get your wins out of them guys, and ain't no different today. So I don't think competition, much difference.
The Jack Hewitt friendship, that was a good thing to have. It's kind of like having your own bouncer at a nightclub, right? Did you ever tangle with him, or you always been friends?
Oh no, we got to be buddies right off the get because we raced team cars for Nickel Brothers, and so Jack took me under his wing. Jack's 5 or 6 years older than me, and he's the first one to get me a ride in California, and took me under his wing and helped me get some good rides, and I just hung out with him and rode with him. So he never beat me up.
He got back into the truck that you were driving to head home once when him and Terry McCall had been in a. Do you remember that at all? A bit of a fight?
Yeah. Jack was riding with me, and I was waiting for him in the motorhome at I think it was Baylands.
Yes, it was.
Tracks out there. And
yep.
I'm like, where in the hell is Jack at? I'm ready to go, and he finally came to the motorhome, and he was all dirty and grubby. And I said, what happened? He said, that McCarl kid's pretty tough. And so that was pretty fun night.
Yeah, that's an amazing rivalry. Jack is still so loved. You know, he worries about the KMD thing. Like, he's worried that people are going to always remember him. The kids are going to think that's the old guy that said, "Kiss my," right? And I said, Jack, that's not for us. That's not what we remember. We remember a guy that won the 4 Crown.
Yeah.
That could run a late model, could run a sprint. Excuse me, a midget, you know, IndyCar, like anything.
Right.
Yeah, he was a fighter for sure, but
yeah. He's a good guy, and he'd do anything for you. So,
especially when it came to kids.
Yeah. Huh?
It's when it came to kids, he was such a, you know, a gentle giant.
Yeah,
you know,
he was.
when it comes to that stuff.
Yep, and I had an autograph session with him here a couple weeks ago, and he's the same old Jack.
Yeah.
We had a lot of good times together.
Why is Ohio different? Why, you know, the culture, the racing, the Blaneys, the Hordes, the Jacobs, that incredible. There's a real, Brad Doty.
Yeah. I don't know. We just, we grew up mostly like everybody else, just small track, local tracks close to home, and it wasn't. We never thought we were going to do it for a living. We just, when we raced, we were just doing it for the fun of it, and then it just turned into doing it for a living later on. But it's completely different now. Young kids know they're going to do it for a living, and they race 40 races, it's 50 races their first year. We didn't do that for 3 years.
Yeah.
Get that many races in. So they all start at 5, and everybody back in the day started at 16, 17. So yeah, different deal. When they're kids now, when they're 16, they're ready to win in a sprint car. So that's completely different.
Well, look at Race. He's 15, and
they're ready to go.
Yep.
Because they've raced everything.
How many? When you first started, how many T-shirt designs did you have for him? When you started really taking an active interest in the T-shirts, would there be like half a dozen, 3, 4 maybe?
Yeah, about 3 or 4, and then I think the last years of racing, I was up to almost 10 designs on my wall.
Yep. Was there a most popular? Was there always a thing that people wanted the most?
I did so many different things.
Yeah.
That I feel like the Pennzoil, of course, everybody wanted a remake of the Pennzoil, so I did that a couple of times, and I did the Kryptonite redesign, and then when we didn't really know what car we were going to be in, and we were struggling, you had to be creative, and so I did a lot of different things. I think one of my favorite was the one with 52 cars on it, and that the T-shirt company didn't like me too well because they had to do a lot of work to make that shirt. If I was to ever redo or come back with a shirt, I would like to, because so many people at the end was like, I want that shirt. I'm sorry, I'm sold out. And I'd call Carl from Arizona, could you just remake me about, a gross or 250 or, oh, Patty. So that was one of my favorites.
Yeah. I mean, the Kodiak car was pretty badass too. Like back in the day, you had some super cool looking hot rods.
Oh yeah, they had nice paint jobs on them cars, and they were really nice, and that was a good car.
What year was it you started? Do you actually know what year you could say?
I started racing 74.
So what are we? 51 years.
I raced like 48.
He retired after 48 years, so 48 years of racing that was it.
Yeah, wow. Are you still doing merch? Do people still?
I'm just trying to get rid of what I have.
Okay. So a new design is not possible? Like, because Brad Doty's still doing throwback amazing shirts, right? So
Sprint Car Legends wants to do a Pennzoil car remake, so I wouldn't have to do all the work, and I wouldn't have to do all the selling. Just, I'd get like a royalty.
Which is probably better. Something for the work, at least. Not as much money, but it's not as much work.
Yeah, it's not that much money, but it would be something that the people would want. It's just like, I don't know, you get a little burned out after doing it for so long, and I just really got tired.
So what are the chances of you getting back in a car occasionally? Am I allowed to ask that question? Because I'm always going to want to ask it.
Nah, I don't think it's going to happen. Not really.
Did you enjoy it? Like just hot lapping recently?
Yeah,
I
did. I wasn't quite prepared for it, but yeah, it was fun.
Bernie told him to bring a seat, and he said, no, just put in Parker's seat. That'll be fine. And then when he came home, I I said, why didn't you start in the front of the heat race? You could have transferred to the dash. And
So you're okay with this then?
well,
Oh yeah.
for
she's
that
okay.
occasion, I was okay. I don't think I would like him to go, full board, no. For Bernie, because I feel like Bernie, he has a safe car.
Yep.
He's such a good mechanic
Yep.
that, the car's going to operate for him well, and, he's
Yeah.
not going to look bad. So, yeah. With Bernie, yeah, I'd be okay.
So I'm thinking 10 or 12 races a year with Bernie, a cool T-shirt. Like, you're back on the road just occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, Motley Crue retired as well, right? And they're still out playing gigs. Just saying, Motley Crue,
Oh,
Def Leppard, right? They're all still
they
out.
all are,
And they still
Jack.
sound good.
Yeah.
We could do Ohio Speed Week.
Nah, all lost.
Once an outlaw, always an outlaw.
That's right.
That's so good.